I also began realizing that carrying the atmosphere of prayer doesn't mean staying in one uninterrupted state all day. That would be unrealistic for most of us. We're going to get distracted. We're going to become absorbed in something. We're going to have moments where fear catches us off guard. The practice is not perfection. It is return. Just returning early, returning gently, returning without shame. Sometimes that looks like placing a hand over your heart and taking a slow breath. Sometimes it's whispering, God, help me return to what is true. Sometimes it's reading a sentence you wrote after prayer, or pausing before responding to a message. Sometimes it's turning away from the screen for a few minutes, or even just becoming aware of your body and noticing how tightly you are holding yourself. And then asking, what atmosphere am I in right now? What have I begun carrying? Is this what I want governing my next decision? These returns may appear small, but small returns can keep an entire day from being swallowed by fear and worry. They are little bridges back to presence, little acts of remembrance, little moments when we stop letting noise determine what is most real. Another part of this has been recognizing what repeatedly pulls me out of peace. There are some things I simply cannot assume in the same way anymore. Certain conversations, certain patterns of scrolling, certain forms of negativity, constant exposure to agitation, comparison, anger, and emotional clutter. That doesn't mean we hide from the world or deny what is happening. It means we become more honest about what our inner world can absorb without consequence. What we continually consume affects the atmosphere that we carry. What we repeatedly listen to shapes our thoughts. What we allow constant access to our attention begins influencing how we feel, how we pray, and how we respond. Protecting peace isn't weakness. It's not denial. And it's not spiritual fragility. Sometimes it's maturity. If something repeatedly pulls you away from peace, clarity, and tenderness you experience with God, it's worth asking whether it needs as much access to you as it currently has. That might mean changing what you consume first thing in the morning. It might mean not checking your phone immediately after you pray. It could mean limiting exposure to conversations that continually feed fear, or choosing quiet before noise has the opportunity to claim your attention. Not because the world is something to fear, but because your attention is sacred. I don't want to keep touching something beautiful in God and then immediately handing my inner world back over to the noise.